Yo, what's going on? Good rising, everybody. How you doing, family? So last video, I'm pretty sure probably got like little to no views, but that's all right, cause hey man, I'm starting this shit out, so we just gotta grind and hustle, for the foreseeable future. And even when I do succeed, we still gotta keep grinding, right? But I just still wanted to drop a little 2 cents on like the gender wars going on right now. As a guy who was born in '97. So I'm 27, I'll be 28 this summer. So I guess you could say, so I'm in that in-between stage. I'm still young, but I'm not like in the early 20s anymore. I've been in my relationship for 4 or 5 plus years. So, but I still remember the dating scene back in like all the way up to 2019, kind of 2020. So, but this is what's crazy though. Even within 5 years since I've left the dating scene, things have gotten exponentially crazy. Like, even back then, I remember going to parties or clubs or different venues, and you know how they say water seeks its own level? Even though things were still already a little bit getting out of whack, I still was noticing like, hey, sevens were still ultimately getting with sixes or sevens and eights with eights and so forth and so on, right? Especially people who kind of had like similar interests. But nowadays, like, I'm hearing about some of my younger peers, you feel me? Some of my younger brothers out here who they're just all together, decided not to date and deal with women anymore. And I'm hearing about it and I'm like, yo, this is like, for word? Like, is this really what it's coming to? Because like, yeah, like we still have to deal with our feminists and our studs and some of the weird women who are just like raging against men. But overall, it was still like kind of normal. Things were still status quo. But I guess that was me not paying attention, because even by the time when I was just exiting the dating scene, like the bachelor market, I guess, it was already starting to rot. I just wasn't noticing it because I wasn't having a difficulty actually, dating. Like, to me, everything was still kind of normal. But, and it's funny because my wife was letting me know recently that I was letting too much of these gender war stuff kind of affect me mentally, because sometimes I watch it just out of curiosity to see what's going on, in the day-to-day. And she was like, Justin, you've been so negative against women lately. Why are you so negative? And I had to think about it like, dang, you're right. Like, me personally, I haven't had negative experiences with women like that. But I had to factor in the fact that so many guys have had a hard time getting with, like, a 7 is having a hard time marrying a 7, female-wise, you feel me? So it's like a lot of more guys are frustrated because lately, nowadays, it's just like the juice isn't worth the squeeze. And essentially, after running that marathon, what does a guy get?